Hello and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time. I do apologize, but we have been working on a lot in the background in how we can improve our edge. Now, what you've seen over the last few months is the blueprint edge and how you can use that effectively. Now, the blueprint edge is purely based on reversals. Now, what we've done is built a continuation model where you can achieve results like this, as you're seeing pop up all over the screen. Now, every single trade has been taken by our blueprint algo purely because these trades are all taken in Asia. That is the secret here. So these trades are taken in Asia. Now, for us, that is past midnight, and there's no way I will stay awake for that. I mean, I've gone beyond those days. Back when I was 20, 21, I was happy to stay awake just to trade because that's the only time I had. Whereas now, even though I've got the time, I'm not going to stay awake because the algo will do that for me. However, I will show you how you can trade this manually and achieve the exact same results. Now, what you've seen is also the up-to-date data of our edge, which we are constantly updating in our Discord, and we are keeping everyone updated with what's happening. Let me show you as we go along. These are the different pairs using our different models. As you can see, they're all listed. And again, this is all obviously based on the blueprint algo, but every single trade that's taken via the blueprint algo is using the exact edge that I am teaching you on this Discord. Now, before I get into the video, if you are interested in the algo, we have just updated our website. As you can see, it looks very clean. And if you just click on the algo trading button, you will get prompted for 15% off discount code. As soon as you press that, it will take you to that payment page with the discount already applied. Now, for a select few people in this watching this video and actually paying attention to this bit, I will offer you 30%, and all you have to use is the code YT30. I'm going to put it, it's going to be somewhere on the screen, YT30, and you'll get 30%. And it is only for a limited number. It will be maybe, well, what's the day today? Is it the 3rd? It'll be 3 people will get 30% off just because you paid attention and actually watched this bit and didn't skip. Because I know watching and sort of like an ad pitch or something like this is a little bit boring and everyone wants to skip it, even myself. However, the reason why I'm pushing this is purely because this is a game changer in terms of what we've introduced for the blueprint edge. So let's go into some trades that were taken as you've seen on the screen. This is another screenshot to show you the trade over the last few weeks. The trades taken over the last few weeks using the exact same model. So let's get into it. So the continuation model for the blueprint edge, how does it work? It is as simple as it sounds, essentially. So what we have is, let me just draw it so we can see. So generally we have our 15-minute fractals, right? And then once what happens is once a fractal low is taken, we are looking to go long. And then once a fractal high is taken, we're looking to go short, right? That is the general idea of the blueprint edge using the reversal system. Now, in terms of continuation is once a fractal low gets taken, we are looking to go long, short, sorry. And then once a fractal high gets taken, we are looking to continue on and take the high. Now, this is not to say that the reversal edge does not work. However, we have optimized the edge to the point where we have found certain pairs, certain times that work better for continuation model, and some pairs and some times that work better for the reversal model. Now, again, we keep our blueprint group updated with these changes that we are making. All I'm showing you here for free on YouTube is how we take these trades, and is for you to go ahead and test. Now, everything I'm going to show you and all the trades that you've seen being taken can be taken manually. However, obviously, to get the best of the results and to get the cleanest entries and to be able to trade without actually trading the exact edge that I'm teaching you, the algo does that for you. So just to reiterate, so in terms of this trade here, so this is the most recent trade that we have. Now, coming into the session, what we have is the last thing to happen is the fractal high gets taken. No, that's why it's doing that. Sorry. The fractal high gets taken. So what we're doing, instead of looking to go short, our continuation model is to go long, right? Simple as that. So coming into the session, we are only looking to go long. So you see our fractal highs, fractal lows as well. We have a sweep here, and there was a valid entry here which was taken, but it was taken out by this trade. I just didn't draw that on. And then we have a valid sweep here. We have our sweeping candle, and then we have our refinement candle, and then we have our trigger candle. And then this is a straight, very clean 1 to 3 hour trade. So let's move on to the next trade. But it is really as simple as that. Is you are literally just following the way of the fractal break. So if a fractal high gets taken, you're looking to go long. If a fractal low gets taken, you're looking to go short. Now, again, just to reiterate, this is only specific for certain pairs at certain times. It's not to say that the reversal system doesn't work, because the reversal system works on certain pairs at certain times, but that is for you to go away and develop the edge and test. So I am giving you the content, but for you to be an independent, successful trader, you need to be able to do that testing. I cannot do that all for you. I can give you example data, but the difference between a struggling trader and a good trader is that someone who's actually, I know it sounds cliche, but someone who's putting in the time and effort to go ahead and test. Not only do you get the data that you need, you are learning the edge and how to execute the edge. Whereas if I was to give you, if I was to say, oh, go trade NASDAQ in New York Open using the continuation model, obviously don't do that. I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but some of you will follow that blindly. That is what I'm trying to avoid here. I'm not giving you the exact, all I'm giving you is a rough overview of what pairs to trade and what times, but I want you to go away and test. A lot of you are doing that and sharing your results via Instagram. And obviously, these aren't results that we are just achieving. They are results that we are getting from our Discord as well, as you'll see on the screen here. So whilst you're reading those, let's get ready and let's move on to the next trade. Right, so let's move on to the next trade. Again, this is gold and this is during Asia session. So again, using the continuation model. So looking at what's happened, and remember, try keep things as simple as possible. You want to see what the buyer's time frame says, and then you go straight to your entry time frame and try and look for that same entry, right? Same exact system. You're looking for the sweep, pay attention to the refinements, pay attention to the invalidation candles, and then you're looking to enter. Simple as that. Identify the sweeping candles, identify the refinement candle, and then the trigger candle. That is literally all you have to do. Then you have to point out where your stop loss is going to be, where your TP is going to be, and I mean, that makes it sound more complex than it actually is. Like, this edge requires barely any thinking. Like, for me to quickly say, if I'm going to rush through this quickly and then I'll go through it in more detail. What we can see, 15-minute time frame, short. So what we're looking for is to go short. So what we're seeing for, we're looking to go, we're looking for a sweep of the high. So we have a sweep, invalidation, no sweep, no high. We have a sweep here, sweeping candle, refinement candle, trigger candles, straight as that. And then we have our stop loss and TP, a straight 1 to 3 hour trade. It's just roughly drawn. Now, that is how simple it should be. Now, once you actually go ahead and test and learn the edge, you will be able to do that exact same thing as quickly and just by looking at it. By looking at it, I can see the trade without even having this drawn on, right? So just going through it a bit slower. So prior to the session, the only thing that's happened is that we had a low being swept, and then obviously we're looking to go short following the continuation model, right? So coming into the session, we are only looking for the fractal highs to be swept. This one we have a sweep, but it's invalidated by here, and then we have another fractal high, but no sweep, no fractal highs print up until this one. We have a fractal high with a sweeping candle, and then we have a refinement candle with this long wick, and then we have the trigger candle as this breaks apart, and the stop loss above the high, and then our TP based on our stop loss size. Simple as that. And again, the algo is taking this trade, as you would have seen in the screenshots. It's a bunch of gold trades, and these are all the recent ones that I'm showing you. And as you see, although I'm showing you wins in this on this, I'm not saying that this edge always wins, because no edge always wins. If an edge always won, I promise you I would not tell you. I would not show it. I would not share it, because that is something I would keep to myself. Um, you've seen the wins, you've seen the losses, and you've seen the drawdown in the My Effects screenshot as well. You've seen the graph, you've seen everything. There's no, I can't be any more transparent. And to keep up to date with the results, when you get onto our, sorry if I just go back, when you get to the algo page, there we go. If you scroll down, you'll see the results, and I am constantly updating this. Also, I want to clarify that the results that you see here is based on 0.3%, which is ridiculous, right? If you think about it, 21% based on 0.3%, with the drawdown only being 3.67%, which is crazy. And as you've seen on from one of our members, has actually passed their phase one and is on their phase two. I'm not sure. I haven't caught up with them on how they're getting on, but you've seen the results, and this is true live results. And the beauty about this is, if you're considering, you're on the fence about the algo, you can go and test this edge yourself and see exactly what you're buying. Because I didn't want to do that, because you can test the edge, you can see that it works, and then you can trust the EA is going to do exactly what you've tested, just because it doesn't differ from anything that you're seeing here on this channel, especially for those of you who bought the PDF as well. It does not differ, it's exactly the same. One thing I may update in the near future is the continuation model on the PDF. But those of you who have the PDF, you know the refinement rules, you know the invalidation rules. I've just given you and you know the entry rules. So the only thing you're doing is following the continuation model. That's the only difference. Nothing else there's nothing fancy, nothing new, apart from the direction that you're going in. So let's move on to the next trade. Now, this is the last and final trade I'll be showing you. The reason being is because I will do many more of these, because there's so many trades I can break down, as you've seen on the screenshot. However, nothing else is going to be different. Everything is exactly the same. The rules are exactly the same. However, I want your feedback on this video as to what I can show more, and what will give you a bit more clarity about this edge, because this edge can truly change the way that you trade completely, just because of how simple it is. Now, this is not to say that this edge is any better than it. It's not better than the DPC as such. The DPC is a complete different edge. It's a complete different rule set, and it requires a different skill. The blueprint, again, is just a separate edge. The reason why I've created these different edges is because I want more of you to have options. Because, for example, some of you may not like the DPC. The results are very different. The way it performs is very different, and it's not as flexible as the blueprint. The blueprint, you can trade on indices, you can trade on gold, silver, forex. You can carry on trading on pretty much any pair. DPC is very specific with how that's run, and it's based on session liquidity, whereas this gives you a bit more freedom as to how we trade. And not only that, you can be flexible with the time frame. You can trade the 4-hour base with a 15-minute entry. You could trade the daily base with a 1-hour entry, or 15-minute entry, or 5-minute entry. The possibilities are endless. That is, again, one thing. Again, I know I'm banging on about the algo, but that is one thing that the algo can do for you, because you can go ahead and test that very quickly and very easily. But as I said, manually go away and test, because what you have here is a full-on foundation to possibly build the edge that will change your trading career. So let's look at the last trade. So coming into the session, again, this is Asia. What we have is, last thing happened is a low gets swept, so we're looking to go short. And then what we're looking for is a fractal high to be swept, to look for our entry. So we have a fractal high, no sweep, fractal high, sweep, and then a trigger on the next candle. And then this has got very close to our stop loss, and a very simple TP. Now, the reason with the continuation model, the reason why it works is, generally, even though price reversed here, which it does, like in this case, price did reverse to a certain extent, once you get a burst out, what tends to happen is the theory behind it is once you get a shootout, everyone wants to buy, which is our general reversal model. However, on some pairs, you'll get more chances where liquidity is being taken further, where you'll have a slight dip, then liquidity gets taken again, and then the price will do a reversal, which it eventually does in a short form. We are just trying to catch that small move, trying to push out towards that liquidity, and that's essentially the theory of the edge. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will do a lot more of those. I'll try to be more consistent with posting. We've just been working so hard in the background trying to create uh, this sort of data, and keep a track of our Instagram so you can follow. Again, if you have any questions, just visit our live chat, visit our website, message us on Instagram, email us, whatever is easy for you. Ask us any questions that you have regarding the Blueprint Edge. Leave your feedback in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe because I will, as I said, I will do more of these. The more this video is appreciated in terms of the more it's actually used and the more I can see it being effective, because I don't want to produce content for the sake of it. I want to produce content that is actually going to benefit you, because as well as it's promoting Vertex and what we do here. I'm giving you a free system and I want to see the results of that. That's the whole purpose behind it. I'm giving back to the Forex community because you don't get free content to this quality out there. And I want to be someone who can provide that with someone that you trust. Uh, but yeah, anyway, I will leave you all be. I've waffled on and on. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Before I go, remember, those of you who have actually made it this far to the video, there will be 3 codes using YT30, which I will create just after this video, so it won't work just yet. But I will create just after, actually, by the time you see this video, it'll be working. YT30, it'll give you 30% off the Blueprint algo. And as I said, you can go ahead and test this algo and see what this algo can do. I'm just showing you what you can do manually, and just imagine whatever you can do manually from your testing, you can do that hands-free. I can show you everything that you test, you can do hands-free. That's the reason why I'm showing it, and that's the reason why I am pushing you to, pushing you to get to your trading career, like boost your trading career and reach your financial goals, whatever they may be. And you can do so hands free. And it's not a lazy way, and it's not necessarily it's not a get rich scheme situation here. It's the fact that you can do exactly what you're going to do manually, save yourself some time, and do it hands free. Anyway, I will speak to you all in the next video. Take care.